I told the officer that was impossible. I had just seen the guy driving it. He followed me for miles. The officer radioed another unit to check the diner. Then he asked me to describe everyone inside. I told him about the waitress, the older couple, and the older man who warned me. The officer went quiet. Then he said, "The waitress says there was nobody else in the diner except you and the hooded man." I told him that couldn't be true. I watched the older man walk past my booth. He whispered to me. He even put his hand on the table. The officer asked if I still had my receipt. It was sitting on the passenger seat. He shined his flashlight on it. There was a dark handprint smeared across the paper. The officer stared at it and said, "We've seen that mark before." Then he told me that 3 other drivers had reported the same thing over the past 5 years. Each one stopped at a late-night diner. Each one was warned by an older man no one else remembered seeing. Each one found the same handprint, and every single one was followed after leaving. I asked what happened to them. The officer looked at me for a second and said, "They all disappeared." I felt sick. I asked who the older man was. The officer shook his head and said nobody knew, but every report described him the same way. Gray hair, calm voice, and the exact same warning. "Pay your bill and leave right now." The police escorted me to the next town, and I never saw that hooded man again. But before I left, I asked the officer one question. Why did that stranger help me? The officer looked at the handprint on my receipt and said, "Because the first missing driver described the same man, and he disappeared 10 years ago." I never stopped at another roadside diner after that, because I still think about what the officer said. If that man disappeared years ago, who was the one who warned me?